that one. The one for 13th. January 2025. Shouldn't be up to that place. 2025. Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Yes, witness.
Witness, can you tell this honorable court your name?
You can sit down, Mr. Oko, so she can see you. And put on your camera.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Can you tell this honorable court your name? Witness.
My name is Bemisola Showemimo.
Okay. Where do you stay?
I used to live in Nigeria at number 8B Dadi Adediran Street, Iriakari Estate, Isolo, Lagos. But presently, I live in Scotland at 107 Wishart Drive, Scotland, UK.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a project manager. Ma?
Sorry, my lord.
You say your Scotland addresses.
My address is Scotland is 107 Wishart Drive.
Yes.
FK7 7TR, Scotland.
7CR.
7TR, T for Tango, R for Romeo. Scotland, UK.
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
I am a project manager.
Okay. Do you remember coming before this honorable court exposed to an affidavit?
Yes.
If you see the document, will you be able to recognize it?
Yes.
Let us try.
Yes.
Is this the document?
Yes.
What would you like this court to do with it?
I would like this document to be entered as evidence in this matter.
Lord, you seek your document to be entered as evidence in this matter. You are relying on some documents in relation to your suit. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You're relying on one team incentive plan.
Yes. They are one team incentive plan, yeah. The booklet.
Is this the document?
Yes, please.
Where is the original copy of the document?
The original is lost in transit, but I've issued a notice to produce on the first defendant. The one
Hello,
incentive.
one team incentive plan.
What?
Hello, is the first document on our list of
Terms and conditions booklets
yes.
for articles.
Yes, my lord.
One team incentive plan.
Yes, my lord. We seek to tender same.
Yes.
Yes. Witness, you also made mention of a letter dated 1st of July 2025. Is this the letter?
Yes, that's the letter.
Where is the original copy of the letter?
The original is lost in transit, but I could only lay my hands on the copy.
Yes.
Also, witness, you're relying on some series of emails between yourself and the defendant. Is this the emails or are these the emails?
Yes, those are the emails that I'm relying on.
Our Lord, we seek to tender same.
Yes, go ahead.
Witness, you're also relying on a series of letter exchange between yourself and your counsel. Are these the letters? Letter dated the 27th of July 2018. A letter dated the 9th of November 2019. Another letter dated the 21st of November 2019. And finally, a letter dated the 19th day of December 2019.
Yes.
Hello, we seek to tender.
Those are all your documents. You still have
Just one more.
Letterฝากว่ารู้มาด้วยบัตรที่ฉันจะเราไปบัตรอาจารย์ไม่ได้จริงจริง
Yes.
Finally, witness, you're relying on a letter dated the 19th day of January 2018 from your counsel to the defendant.
19th day of
Yes.
Sorry, my lord, 9th day of July.
9th July.
9th July 2018.
Is this the letter?
Sorry. Can I see the letter?
Can you see it?
Okay, yes, I can see it now. Yes.
Where is the original copy of the letter?
Well, we have served the notice to produce to the first defendant. The original of the letter is with the first defendant. So
Okay,
the notice to produce has been issued through my counsel to the first defendant.
That's all your documents.
I know, yes, that's all my documents.
ไม่ใช่ว่า Okay, okay. The previous thing was 5%. That will be the sorry. No, I'm going to tell it to 62. 62.
The documents are admitted and marked as XBC2 to C9. In the order they are listed.
At the copy, please.
So number 1 is now C2. The subpoenaed witness tendered C1.
Yes, copy, yes.
So number 5 is C6. Then if you go to number 6, you see there are 3 letters there.
Yes, my
In the
lord.
order they appear at C7, C8, and C9.
So at the copy, yes. Witness, after you filed in court, was there anything done by the first defendant to this case?
Yes, after the reports were filed, payment was made to me by the first defendant, but there was a shortfall. And also because of the exchange rates, there was a shortfall in the payment that was made. Yeah.
Okay. How did you come about the shortfall, the exchange rates?
The shortfall, I calculated that based on the exchange rates that were published in the banking halls as at that time.
Just let me get, however, so after I commenced this suit, the first defendant made a payment to me. However, there was a shortfall due to what?
Exchange
The
rates.
exchange rates.
In the naira that was paid, there was a shortfall in the exchange rates now.
Yes.
Okay, witness, what would you like this court to do?
I would like this court to enter judgment in my favor based on my evidence.
Thank you. My lord, that will be all for first examination in chief.
Mr. Okoronkwo. First examination.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. In paragraph 2 of your evidence report, you stated that until 2018, you were an employee of the defendant company. Is that correct?
Yes, I was an employee of Baker Hughes GA Company.
The
Yeah.
further witness statement or not?
My lord.
The further witness
Yes,
statement.
further.
So she's confirming her paragraph. Yes.
Just to be clear, which of the defendants, the first or the second defendant?
I was an employee of the first defendant, and I was working in that capacity till I left in April 2018.
Do you have any contract of employment before this court showing that you were working with the first defendant?
I was working with the first defendant, as at the time my employment was disengaged due to redundancy. So I don't have any contract now with them. I don't have any contract in place with them now.
Do you have any contract at the time you were working with them before this honorable court?
I don't have a contract I don't have that contract with me now, but I was working with them as at 2018 April. I had my business cards then, and I was working in that capacity on the SNEPCO yard in One, River State. And that was why that letter was sent to me. I was an employee of Baker Hughes GE company.
And would that be correct, Mrs. Memisola, that you're employed?
I haven't written anything. I just have, I was employee of the first defendant.
First defendant, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
For this court?
Yes. Has she answered that?
Does not have.
That's at the moment.
That does not have before this court.
Okay.
There's echo. Somebody's.
Is it clear?
Yes, it's better now.
Now, would I be correct to state that your employment was terminated in 2018 for reasons of redundancy?
Yes, I was disengaged from the company by reason of redundancy in April 2018 from Baker Hughes GE company.
Now, would I be correct to state that it was the second defendant and not the first defendant that terminated your employment for reason of redundancy in April 2018?
It was the first defendant that terminated my appointment. I had finished the project. I had moved on to working as sales for the first defendant when my employment was terminated in April 2018. I was duly working for the first defendant as at the time of termination of my appointment.
So just to be clear, your evidence before this court is that it was not the second defendant that terminated your employment.
It was not the second defendant that terminated my employment. I was working as a sales leader for the first defendant as at the time my employment was terminated.
Mrs. Showemimo, you were a member of the team charged with the execution of the Bonga project. Is that correct?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Member of the team charged with what?
With the execution of the Bonga.
Execution of subsea projects for Bonga. So I was interfacing with Shell on that project. Yeah.
The Bonga project.
Yes, ma'am.
How may I proceed?
Yes.
Okay. Is it correct, Mrs. Showemimo, is it correct that the one team incentive plan provided for individual members of the team to be paid a certain amount of money depending on the target that they meet? Is that correct?
Yes, it is correct. And the target was met. Prior to my leaving
it is correct that what happened?
Hello?
It is correct that what happened?
That the one team incentive plan provided
One
is the OTIP, the terms and conditions that they had tendered.
Incentive plan.
One team incentive plan. It provided that individual members of the team, OTIP, my lord, provided that the individual
What
members,
does OTIP mean?
one team incentive plan. That will be Exhibit C2.
Okay, it's correct that OTIP provided
for individual members of the team to be paid a certain amount of money depending on the targets they meet.
to be paid a certain amount.
Yes, depending on the target they meet.
Depending on the target they meet.
Yes, my lord. I should have answered in the affirmative.
Yes.
Yes. It is also correct that your team met the target in scenario D.
Yes, we met the target.
And as such.
And as such, I was entitled.
My lord is writing. I would ask you the question.
Yes, my team met the target.
Yes, and because your team met that target, each member of that team was entitled to $121,500.
Yes.
$121,500, my lord.
$121,500 US dollars. Yes.
Now, Mrs. Showemimo, would I be correct to say that out of that $125,500, 60% of that amount was to be paid when your team has achieved its own project target, while the 40% outstanding was to be paid when the overall business target is achieved? Would I be correct to say that?
Well, what we're told was that once we make the overall target, which we did as at 2017, the overall target was met, and that was why payment was made to us. We met the overall target.
Just to clarify, your team...
Just give me, because of the way the answer is, I need to record the question the way you asked it.
Okay.
Yes.
Would I be correct to say that out of the $121,500,
yes,
60% of that amount was to be paid when a team has achieved its project target?
When your team...
Yes, has achieved its project target.
Achieved
its project target.
Yes, and 40%.
While the 40% was to be paid when the business itself has achieved its overall target.
This was the response.
The response, Ma, is that yes, we met the target. That was why payment was made.
Yes.
Yes. With your knowledge of basic maths, and having said that you met your team met their own target, would you agree with me that, even though it's a factual question, that 60% of 121,500 is $72,900?
With due respect, Mr. Okonkwo, I wasn't the one that made the payment. Even the team in Nigeria were not aware of the overall project success, but payment was made. And look, let me finish. You asked the question.
No, you're not
The payment, we
question.
met the target. That was why over $100,000 was paid to me. But what the bone of contention now is the shortfall, not whether I made the target or the team made the target or not.
Allow me
So it's not the 60%. The whole team made their target globally. We met the target.
Mrs. Showemimo, we'll get to that. Just answer the question one after the other. Let's not be in a hurry.
Yes, let me get your question. Your question was, you will agree that 60% of 121,500
is amounts to $72,900. That's 60% of 121,500.
$72,900. And what's your response?
I didn't do that math calculation. I'll just have to do it now. But then, because that's not my own bone of contention now.
Yes.
Now, the payment of 40% of the remaining 40% was not dependent on your team achieving its own target, but was dependent on the business achieving its overall target. Is that correct?
That's correct. But then I need to clarify to you, Mr. Okonkwo, please, because you have your maths, I have my maths as well. The payment that was made was quoted in dollars, and it was not decided by myself or any member of my team in Nigeria. I was paid over $100,000, $108,408. $1,000. So that was not based on any percentage that we are working on right now. It was based on the business decision. Yeah?
I assure you that just answer my question.
You said the payment that was made was not made by me.
They paid $108,000, $108,408.
108
is $108,408. That was what was paid.
104,408.
108,408 was paid.
Is it? Are you sure? What I'm seeing here is 104,408. Is correct?
Sorry, ma'am. 104,408. Yes, ma'am. That was what was paid. So it was not based on any percentage. It was based on the fact that globally, the Global One incentive team had met their target as at the time I left in April 2018. And that was stated in a letter that was sent to me. So it was not based on the percentage, or there was no bone of contention or gray area about whether we completed the project or met the criteria globally. It was a business decision to pay. It wasn't that I wrote the percentage to be paid. The business paid that money.
Mr. Showemimo, we'll get to that, please. Just allow us to ask the questions.
No, I'm trying to explain as well, because there should be clarity on when we are answering questions. It wasn't based on percentage.
I don't know.
See your response here. The payment that was made was 104,408 USD. It was not based on any percentage. It was based on the determination that the global target had been made.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Just to be clear, because I'm not sure what your I understand your answer, but just to be clear, now the 40% that was to be paid was dependent. Just confirm whether it was dependent on the business achieving its overall target. Yes or no? That's
Well, everything is stated in the incentive plan booklet. So I don't know what I was paid. I left the organization at the time I was paid, so I don't know what they want to do.
so your
But
response.
what I know is what I've answered now.
Your response is that you don't know. The response to the question is that you don't know.
I don't know how they arrived at any payment, but I was paid my own part of the what was entitled, what was due to me as at the time I left.
What I have here is, whose zone is it going like that? Everything is in Exhibit C2. I had left the company. What I know is what I was paid.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you confirm that the project started sometime in 2015?
Yes, the project started sometime in 2015, and we finished the project. We completed it.
Can you confirm what year your own team met its own project target?
We completed the project in 2017. And as everybody knows, when a project is completed, the team, because the kind of organization we were working in, project managers were disbanded to work in other departments within the company. So we completed the project. We celebrated the milestone for completion. And also the global team completed their project as well in 2017.
Yes.
So what year your team completed this project in 2017? What year did the business achieve target? Can you confirm that?
The business achieved their target in 2017 as well. The essence of the milestone or the incentive plan was to gear us all up to finish all the projects well ahead of time to achieve certain contribution margin in terms of profitability for the business. And these were all done in 2017. Unfortunately, because I left early, they had already started engaging us on global calls globally to celebrate these milestones in January, but I don't have evidence of that because I've left. But the projects were completed in 2017. All the projects were completed in 2017.
Yes.
Yes. You are aware your employment was terminated in 2018. The business
Sorry,
has not
I
met
didn't
its
hear that.
targets. Are you aware that at the time your employment was terminated in 2018, the business had not met its overall targets?
I'm not aware of what has been going on in the business since I was and I wasn't terminated for bad conduct. I was disengaged because the company said my position as sales leader was made redundant. So I think that termination is like maybe insinuating bad conduct or something. I was made redundant.
The question does not bother on your termination. My question is, are you aware at the time of your termination in April 2018, the business had not met its overall target for the Bonga project?
No, I was not aware. What I was aware of was that we had met our global milestone. The business had achieved what they planned to achieve through that incentive plan. While that was very well ahead of before I was made redundant in April 2018. We have met the target globally. All the projects had been delivered globally. All the projects in that one team incentive plan had been delivered, and financials had been calculated as well.
Who has the responsibility of stating when the business has its target? Who had the responsibility?
So the responsibility for communicating that the business had met its targets, first and foremost, laid with the project global director, who were seated in United Kingdom as at that time. They had started engaging all the people involved in projects.
You said the responsibility led with who?
The project directors, they were outside the country. They were the one that determined when the project or whether we achieved the milestone. And these were the people that I wrote to when I was made redundant. And they confirmed that the money was due to us. Initially, when I left, when I was made redundant, I wrote to the local HR person in Nigeria. They said they were not aware of this incentive plan. But just to show you, Ma, that this is a global initiative for all project managers across the business. The HR people in country
we have
were not
your
informed.
response.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
response is that the responsibility laid with the project director who was in the US.
In the United Kingdom, ma. United Kingdom.
United Kingdom. Who was in the UK.
They communicated this to the finance manager who was attached to our project in Nigeria, which was Toyosi or Grumui then. And he sent an email to all of us as well in Nigeria.
Yes, Council. The response I have, the responsibility laid with the project director who was in the UK at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there any communication from this community that the business had met its target? That the business, not the project, that the business had met its target.
As at the time I left, I don't have that communication. But Toyosi sent an email.
Who is Toyosi? What's the Toyosi's office?
It was the finance manager, financial manager. It was in finance.
Is there any communication from Toyosi that what happened?
That we have achieved the milestone for the project.
That the business had achieved its target under the OTIP.
Yes.
I'm not speaking about
the answer is yes.
The project team as a conclusion.
Witness, your answer is yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you aware that despite the fact that the business had not achieved its business target at the time of your termination in April 2018, the company still proceeded to pay you $104,408, which represents 85% of $121,100.
I am not aware that the business did not meet the targets. I said that before. What I was made aware of was that we had met our target.
Just a minute. The company still went ahead to pay you what?
$104,408, which represents 5.9% of the total $121,000.
It's 5.9%. What's the response?
$1,500.
I'm not aware that the business did not meet the target, ma'am.
But you confirm that the company paid you 104,000.
The company paid me 104,000 because we met the target. We met the target. That's why they paid.
It's already her evidence, so we don't need to.
Yeah. My lord, I respectfully object to.
Let's let this. Maybe I'll enter your appearance. I'll enter you. Enter that you now appear and you are leading Mr. Oko.
As the court pleases. Oh.
Yes, sir.
Is that in this case, we have this in which the claims are claims
Sorry, I can't hear you. Hello?
The entire claim now is as to the short
I'd actually wonder because the evidence says it's a shortfall, so I don't know. I don't know whether the line of questioning is to justify the shortfall. That's why. I agree with you. I am agreeing with you. I'm saying that when I saw that the evidence is, the claimant is just asking for payment of shortfall, and then we are going on back again. So I was wondering whether this is what is just going to justify the shortfall.
Yes, my lord. My lord, a quick response to that is that this is cross-examination, and that the client cannot guide us on how
I agree, but really, I've had a concern myself. Whether we are going back to justifying the payment, why it was paid, or whether we are talking about we should pay the shortfall, we shouldn't pay the shortfall, or what? Why they have?
And we are saying that shortfall does not arise. So we are the eligibility is to show that that shortfall does not arise. If I go to the shortfall, my lord will negotiate how the shortfall came about. If you are saying that in the first place, that's why we wanted to cross-examine on matters in rise.
That is so. Continue, but you have to round up. You've done how many minutes already? Huh?
I'm just 5 minutes, my lord.
Round up.
I'll be done.
Yes.
Yes, is that correct?
Yes. Would I be correct? Would I be correct to say that from the one team incentive plan,
It provided that any participant
it provided that any participant
whose employment is
terminated by reason of redundancy,
that the company is allowed to
pay any payment under one team incentive plan. Is that correct?
Let me get to the question. Will I be correct to say that by the one team incentive plan,
any participant whose employment is terminated
Sorry,
by
can you
reason
take the
of
question
redundancy,
again?
or where any, as I'm saying, would I be correct to say that by the terms of the one team incentive plan, where a participant's employment is not done, the company is allowed to prorate whatsoever such a participant was entitled to. Is that correct?
That is that I'm not really aware of that clause, but what I know is that at the time I left BAGE, we have finished the project, so we were duly, entitled to get the payout, and that was why I pursued it, and it was paid. So it wasn't that it was we're still working on the project, or the project had not completed. We had finished, we're waiting for payout before the redundancy.
Yes.
Yes, correct. The payment by the company was subject to relevant. So everyone, yeah, question.
Yes.
Did you get my question, Mr. Solomon?
I didn't get the
Sorry, I
question.
didn't get it. Can you say that again, please? So sorry.
Yeah, I'm saying that am I correct to say that payments made by the company was subject to relevant taxes?
To relevant?
Statutory taxes.
Yes, I'm aware that payments should be made to subject to statutory taxes. But then the proof now lies on the first defendant to let me know how much tax was deducted to arise at such a huge shortfall, which was not provided. And that has led to this issue right now. So it couldn't possibly have paid $17,000 as tax. And even the Naira that was paid, the exchange rate that was used was not communicated as at that time as well.
Any
And
re-examination?
you offer examination.
The witness is discharged. Yes. Is that the case of the claimant?
Sorry, I can't hear. Hello? She's muted. Sorry, ma, I can't hear you, ma.
So we'll adjourn to 2nd July, and on that day we'll take one of the person will also be cross-examined. Then the next day we'll also, but for others, what we've been doing is we'll take examination in chief, we'll adjourn for cross-examination, just to space it out. So tomorrow's date is vacated. We just realized that we were just taking matters. Before we knew it, we had 100 matters for adoption. Because we will hear matter, take a cross-examine 2 months later. In 6 months, all the matters we all had, and we couldn't write the judgment. So we're spacing trials so that so the matter is adjourned today, 2nd of July. For defense, one witness is to be taken at that date. I think we're finished.